got me? Okay, here for the start of the Burr Burton West Rutland JV game. Nice jump by Drake Jankowski against the big boy. Ball's put down inside to number 22. A lot of the players are not on the program for Burr Burton, so we'll probably refer to them as numbers this evening. Number 3, dribbling ball, being guarded by Eric Maxim. West Rutland coming out in their typical zone to start. 35 kicks the ball up top. Burr Burton's doing a nice job swinging the ball around the top. Not a lot of movement there. West Rutland zone just kind of standing stagnant. And that ball's thrown wide of number 3 and out of play, so West Rutland is going to get the ball. And it looks like Burr Burton's going to play a straight man. So Eric Maxim's going to bring the ball up, being guarded by number 3. Setting up their offense, swings it over to right Chapman. He gets it to Jankowski straight away. Deep 3, no good off the rim. And last touch by Matt Hart of West Rutland. So on the floor for West Rutland, Keaton Wright Chapman, Eric Maxim, Kyle Laughlin, Drake Jankowski, and Matt Hart. Number 12 brings the ball up across the timeline under good pressure by Chapman. Another ball thrown away. The ball gets into Eric Maxim's hands, dribbling up. Nobody stopping the ball. Matt Hart up off the glass, no good. Second shot's blocked. Gets it back to Maxim. Maxim goes to throw the pass. Hits a foot, bounces back to him. And winds up in Burr Burton's hands. So Burr Burton throws the ball in, picked off by Drake Jankowski. Kyle Laughlin gets called for a double dribble. So it's going to be Burr Burton's ball from the baseline. Still 0-0 here, a minute and a half into this first quarter here in West Rutland. Ball fired into the corner. Burr Burton doing a nice job swinging around the outside. Shot attempts up off the back iron, no good. Matt Hart grabs the rebound, gets it to Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim pushing the ball up the floor. Finds Keaton Wright Chapman on the far wing for a nice bucket. So 30-second timeout, we're going to stay right here. So 2-0, West Rutland leads, 6:15 to go. I apologize, Burr Burton, looks like the Burr Burton roster that we have might be for their other team. I know this is their B team out of Manchester, and none of the numbers are matching up, so they're going to get just numbers tonight. So I apologize to any fans from Burr Burton that might be tuning in to listen to this game on PEG. So West Rutland's going to come out in a full court man situation. They get the ball in. Kyle Laughlin's going to put some pressure on the ball handler, and he just backs off, and they drop back into their zone. Three-pointer attempt deep, but the central man wasn't there. Keaton Wright Chapman gets the ball, dribbles up across the timeline, gets it back to Maxim up top, swings it to Jankowski. Jankowski, nice runner around the big guy, able to finish at the rim. So 4-2 now for West Rutland. And Kyle Laughlin's going to pick up a foul, trying to reach in for the steal and smack the Burr Burton player on the arm. First team foul. First on Kyle. So Burr Burton puts the ball into number 3, dribbling above the timeline, swings it over to the corner. Nice skip pass across to number 12, gets it back to 3, back into 12. Moving the ball around the top part of this zone, looking to find that interior pass. At the foul line, couple fakes. 3-point attempt, rattles around, no good. Matt Hart had his hands on it for a second, ball comes back out to BBA. BBA number 12 puts the ball on the deck, goes by Jankowski, skips it to the big guy on the far side. Off the side of the backboard, no good. Gets it to Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim pushing it up the court. Dribbles by, finds Drake Jankowski. Drake kicks it back out to Kyle Laughlin. Laughlin, Jankowski, and the up fake. And Wright Chapman gets called for shuffling his feet before that move. So still 4-2, 4:51 to go here. Number 3, trying to dribble against Maxim. Maxim's forcing him to go back and forth. Gets across the timeline before the 10-second count. They drop back into that zone, and we got a travel call there. So 2 subs coming in for West Rutland. Laughlin and Chapman. Wright Chapman going out, and coming in for the Golden Horde, Garrett Waite and Rue. Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest with the ball up top, puts it on the deck, kicks it back to Waite. Waite over to Jankowski. Jankowski with a couple dribbles between his legs, gets it to Maxim in the corner. Maxim dribble drives, kicks it back to Forrest. Forrest up and finishes strong at the rim. So 6-2, West Rutland in the lead. BBA moving the ball again around the top of the arc, swings it into the foul line. Nice up fake, step through, and nice finish by number 22 in the lane. Gets the ball in. Looks like they're trying to employ some pressure. Coming into the game for Burr Burton, number 4. So Eric Maxim got called on a carry, tried going behind his back, and looked like it got caught up on his shirt and got called on the carry. So the ball's back into play. Number 12 has got it up top above the 3-point arc, skips it over to 4 on the wing, takes a couple dribbles, swinging the ball around the outside. 15 puts it on the deck, goes by Matt Hart, tries throwing it back to his player. Garrett Waite's able to come up with the loose ball. Eric Maxim, dribble drive, kicks it over to Forrest. Forrest throws it into the post to Drake Jankowski with a nice finish at the rim. I think Coach Dunches is very happy. I think he wants pressure on every made basket, and it's not happening. Number 15 with a deep 3. Ball comes in to Eric Maxim, being guarded by number 4, dribbles all the way by him, steps through, gets all the way to the rim. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes to Forrest. Forrest back to Waite. Waite with the long 3, and that is good. So match the 3 on the other end. 11-7, 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. With 12 skipping the ball over to 15. 15, little crossover dribble. Kicks it back out to the top to 12. 12 to 4. 4 skips it back to 12. Gets it inside to the big guy, number 35. Would be a nice skip over to 15. 15 deep on the 3. Eric Maxim's able to grab the rebound. Picks it up, he's pushing it up the floor. Hits Drake Jankowski on the long bounce pass, and Jankowski with a nice floater on the runner. Employing a little bit of the soft D. Little change in the defense. Jankowski running up on the top of the zone with Maxim now, with Waite down on the wing. The 12 on the wing with the ball. Swings it all the way across the foul line. Garrett Waite steps through, knocks it away for a second. Number 15, dribble drive up off the rim. He's able to earn his way to the foul line. So that foul goes on Brendan Forrest. Number 15 going to the line to shoot 2. First one's up. Bounces, hangs on the front of the rim, and falls off. So 150 to go, 52 to go. 13-7, West Rutland in the lead. 6-point lead for the Horde, who's been able to finish at the rim pretty regularly in this first half. Not a lot of outside shooting by the Horde tonight. The second one's up. That's off the back of the rim. And we have a lane violation. Lane violation on White. So they're going to reshoot it. So 15's going to get a second attempt here at his second foul shot. I think they said Forrest had moved too early and got in lane too early. So second attempt, that one's no good as well. Nice box out by Forrest. Gets it to Maxim on a quick outlet. Maxim dribble drive, crosses up number 4, gets it to Laughlin in the corner. Gets it back to Maxim, who's going to dribble it back up top. Being pressured by number 4. Gets by 4, dribble drive, kick to Laughlin in the corner. Laughlin takes a couple dribbles and puts it up Brendan Forrest with a nice offensive board goes up and he draws a foul on number 4. And that's his first. Team's first. So Brendan Forrest at the line to shoot 2. And that one bounces off the back iron and falls through. It's like Brendan Forrest might have worked on his foul shooting in the offseason. He's been shooting pretty good since he's come back from his collarbone injury early in the season. Second one. And of course, announcer's jinx. Second one hits off the rim and falls down to Burr Burton. Number 32, dribble, drive, gets in the lane, kicks it back out. 12. Get into the big 35, standing way out away from the basket. It's like Burr Burton's almost running a 4 out, 1 in type of approach. Long threes, no good by number 12. Brendan Forrest can't secure the rebound, ripped away by 4, goes up, and then we got a held ball. We got a held ball, and possession arrows pointing to West Rutland. Gets the ball into Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim on the dribble being guarded by number 4, but goes right by him. Goes all the way into the rim, kicks it back out to Forrest. Forrest takes a dribble drive, no good off the backboard. Laughlin battles for the rebound, gets hacked in the act, and they are going to score it. So Kyle Laughlin's going to get an opportunity to go to the foul line and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. So 48.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. West Rutland leading 16-7. So Burr Burton's in town because the varsity's playing Black River this evening, who does not have a JV, so they came up so our JV could have a game. That one's good by Laughlin. So lead is now 17-7. Get the ball into the foul line. Maxim gets the steal. Driving against number 7, goes up and under. Good body controller by Maxim to go up off the glass with that finish. Ball's thrown in, nice steal by Laughlin. Laughlin skips it over to Maxim. Maxim takes a dribble, looking to drive, gets it into Forrest in great position underneath, and that's up and good. 21-7 now. 2 quick baskets by the Horde off 2 good steals, and the lead is inflated. Under 10 seconds to go, deep 3, misses everything. Burr Burton's able to come down with the rebound, kicks it back out. At the buzzer, 3-pointers off the back iron, no good. So at the end of the first quarter, 21-7, West Rutland Golden Horde leading against Burr Burton. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back for second quarter action. Back for second quarter action. West Rutland comes out with the same 5 that they had on to finish that quarter. 21-7 lead for the Golden Horde, start of the second quarter. BBA number 32 up, and that's wide of the rim. Gets it to Maxim. Looks like they're not going to try to press now. Just going to lay back. Maxim gets it. Big skip pass over to Wright Chapman. Gets it back to Maxim. Gets it to Jankowski. Jankowski tries to feed the ball to Matt Hart. Thought he was going to be rolling to the basket, and he was stepping out away, giving Drake some room. Number 12 kicks the ball to 32 in the corner. Gets it into the big man in the post. Throws it back out to the foul line. And that pass is high. And great hustle by number 32. Sounded worse than it was. It looked like a toe hit the front of the bleachers there, made a little loud noise, but he's all right, popped right back up. So they're dropping into a zone now, Burr Burton is. Drake Jankowski gets the ball into Rue in the post, and we're gonna get called for an offensive foul on that skip pass. So Brendan Forrest driving through, ran his shoulder. So a little discussion about something at the scores table, but they got it figured out. So West Rutland's still employing their press. They're just man press. Throw the ball up over the timeline really easily. Number 12 with the ball. Big skip pass all the way across 32. 32 takes a couple dribbles, skips it back to 12. 12 to 32, skip it back over to 15. Swings it all the way over the far corner. 12 puts it on the deck, throws it to number 22 at the foul line. He takes a couple dribbles and kicks it back out to 12. back into the foul line. They're looking for that. They're looking for that pass to number 22 on the foul line. And I think they got Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman's trying to come over the top and block that shot from the backside, but got a little bit of body. So 22 is going to be at the line to shoot 2. That one's off the rim. So Riley Dow is entering the game, coming in for Brendan Forrest. So I believe on that last charging foul he got called for is number 2 on him. 4 on the team now for West Rutland. Only 2 on the Burr Burton group. Nice rebound by Drake Jankowski. Jankowski dribbles up across the timeline. Looks like he's going to try to go all the way to the rim and gets blocked. Picked up by number 3, pushing the ball up the court. Going to be picked up by Maxim. Dribbles by, gets in the lane. One-handed runner, gets in there, back out to 3, and rattles that one home. Gets it to Maxim. The coach is yelling to get it up, but nobody's pressuring Maxim. He gets there, finds Matt Hart in the short corner, is able to finish easily. Nobody in his face. You get the ball back into number 3. Looks like he's the primary ball handler with this group, bringing the ball up both the times since he's entered. Dribbles all the way in. And Riley Dow tried reaching out to knock that ball away. And number 3 is going to go to the line to shoot 2. So we got some subs waiting at the table for after this first foul shot by number 3. Coming into the game, Kyle Laughlin is going to enter the game for Drake Jankowski. And entering the game for BBA number 30. So first attempt was no good, 23-9, 5:55 here in the second quarter to go. That one's off the iron. Nice rebound by Laughlin. Laughlin dribbles the ball up, skips it over to Maxim. Maxim gets it to Hart in the short corner again. Dribble drive, finds Dow down in the post. Too hard up off the glass, but I think he got fouled. So Dow got fouled after the shot attempt. So the ball's just going to be inbounded from underneath. Get into Laughlin. Laughlin back to Chapman. Chapman wide on that 3-point attempt off the bank. No good. Maxim picking up number 12 in the backcourt. Gets up across the timeline. Dribble drive. Dow closes that down. Forces him back up. Number 15 with the ball. Swings it across the top. Get it in that foul line. And foul line shot is no good. Loose ball on the floor, battling for it, and earned a jump ball. Matt Hart bent over, earned a jump ball, and on the possession arrow, it goes to West Rutland. So creeping up on 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Maxim brings the ball up across the timeline, fake pass. Once again, he likes firing that pass to Dow at a really high rate of speed. Good hands on him. Wright Chapman, little fake pass to Dow, dribbles across the lane, and wild one-handed runner thrown in there. Maxim gets the rebound on the tip out by Riley Dow. Get back to Maxim. Maxim finds Dow in the short corner. Dow picks up the ball, skips it up to Chapman, gets it to Hart at the foul line, off the rim, no good. That's gonna be last touch by BBA. So the ball is gonna be inbounded from underneath by Matt Hart. Ball's inbounded by Matt Hart, gets it to Eric Maxim, right back to Hart in the short corner, kicks it to Laughlin, Laughlin back to Maxim. Big skip pass over to Chapman. Chapman takes a dribble. He's deep on that 2-point shot attempt. Number 15 dribble drive all the way across. He's going all the way to the rim. And a lot of contact there. I'm thinking they're going to give that one to Laughlin. So 22, yeah. Kyle Laughlin picks up the foul on that dribble drive by number 15. So 6-team foul on West Rutland. First attempt for number 15 is off the back iron and no good. 23-9, 4:28 to go here in the second quarter. Number 15 for BBA is at the line for his second, and that one's good. So Burr Burton not imploring the full court press anymore. They're dropping back into their zone. So Maxim's coming up across the timeline. Nobody on him, kicks it over to Laughlin. Laughlin gets it to Hart in the corner, gets it back to Laughlin. That's going to be a deep three. That one comes up short off the rim. And BBA, number 30, is able to secure the rebound. And 15 brings up across timeline, skips it to 12. 12 hits 15 back in the corner. He's going to dribble, drive, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to number 12 up top of the key, swings it out to the wing, back into number 22 at the foul line, who kicks it back outside. Dribble drive down to the baseline. And get a hand check called on Maxim. And that is going to be bonus for BBA. So it's a 7th team foul. So coming into the game for West Rutland, Brendan Forrest, Garrett Waite, and Tyler Sanderson. Number 12 makes his first, so get the second on the one-on-one attempt. Leaving the game on the last whistle, Riley Dow, Keaton Ray Chapman, and Matt Hart. Second one's up, and that one's also good. So Tyler Sanderson's going to inbound the ball to Maxim. Maxim's going to dribble it up across the timeline, no pressure. Surveys it, kicks it back to Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest, nice find with Tyler Sanderson down, and he's able to finish. A couple bounces on the rim and it falls through. So good ball movement there by the two forwards for West Rutland. Dribble drive, that rebound comes down to Garrett Waite. Gets it to Maxim. Maxim's dribbling up through, surveying the scene, gets it into Forrest in the post, kicks it back out to Waite. Waite's going to try another three. That one's wide of the target this time, but Brendan Forrest and Tyler Sanderson both battle in there. Tyler Sanderson gets the ball, goes up. Looks like there's a little bit of contact, no call. And have to wait and see. Oh, thought maybe Waite was in good position there to draw a charge, but they called him for the block. So number 3 is going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That one's off the back iron and no good. Drake Jankowski is going to come in and for Eric Maxim. 3:06 to go here in the second quarter. 25-12, 13-point lead for the Golden Horde. That shot is up, bounces around, hits the top of the backboard, falls down. Brendan Forrest gets the rebound. Drake Jankowski is going to take over point guard duties, gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin with a few dribbles gets it to Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest puts it on the deck, one dribble, too long. Tyler Sanderson in there battling, gets crunched, goes to the floor with no call. The ball comes down to BBA, long three-pointer off the rim, no good. Brendan Forrest, nice rebound again. Doing a nice job on the defensive boards. And Jankowski brings the ball down, gets it to the middle of the floor, swings it over to Garrett Waite. Garrett Waite's looking for somebody to get the ball to, gets it to Brendan Forrest just above the three-point arc. Back to Jankowski. Jankowski swings it over to Waite. Waite back to Jankowski to Laughlin. Laughlin bounce pass into Forrest. Back to Laughlin, over to Jankowski. Dribbled by 2 men, up with the floater, and is able to finish. 27-12, 2:06 to go here in the second quarter. We're 15 with the ball outside the timeline. Still looking to get that ball to 22 on the foul line, which has been a good approach for Burr Burton tonight. Got a lot of good shot attempts from there. 15 with a nice dribble drive and nice scare of the rebound. Tyler Sanderson. Drake Jankowski brings it up across the timeline. Couple dribbles behind his back, skips it to Laughlin. Laughlin, big skip pass over the top to Waite. Gets deflected, but he's able to run it down. Back to Jankowski. Deep, deep three by Jankowski. Watching Steph Curry shoot too much, I think, on that one. Skips it back out, Burr Burton skips it around the outside. Number 3 fires it down into the low post, back out to 15. Big skip pass over the top to number 12. They're just throwing that long ball back and forth, looking for that 3. No good. Offensive board by number 12. Rebound comes down to Brendan Forrest. Gets it to Jankowski, gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin up off the glass and good. And we have a timeout called by BBA's coach. And we're gonna see, he's gonna take a 30, so we're gonna stay right here. So West Rutland's been able to stretch the lead out to 17, and most of their buckets have come in the paint, right around the glass. A lot of layups tonight for the Golden Horde. A few jumpers from the outside, but most of their work's been done on the inside, even against the bigger Burr Burton team. So 1:02 to go here. It's going to be Burr Burton's ball after the make by Laughlin. With reset on the floor. Brendan Forrest, Drake Jankowski, Tyler Sanderson, Garrett Waite, and Kyle Laughlin. So 4 sophomores and an 8th grader right now on the floor for the Golden Horde. And once again, if you're just tuning in, I apologize. Our book that we have for this game for Burr Burton doesn't match up with the numbers that are on the court, so not able to give you the names, just the numbers for this game for Burr Burton Academy. Drake Jankowski on a deep 3 attempt again. Bounces off the back of the rim. Forrest in there battling for the rebound, knocks it away from the big guy. Tries going up with the left hand. Sanderson with another rebound. Ball falls into Brendan Forrest's hand, it goes in. I think since Sanderson entered the game in this quarter, I think that's his 4th offensive board. He's doing a nice job battling down there. Hasn't been rewarded. He's got 1 made basket so far, but on those offensive rebounds, he's drawn a lot of contact, but nothing's fallen for him. Laughlin gets it in. Back to Laughlin at the buzzer, and that's a good on the 3. 2 seconds to go. 34-12. So at the end of the first half, West Rutland leading Burr Burton Academy JV 34-12. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for second half action. Okay, back for second half action here. 34-12, West Rutland Golden Horde in the lead over Burr Burton Academy Bulldogs. And it'll be Bulldogs' possession to start the second half. And the ball is inbounded to number 3. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we don't have the names, just numbers of the BBA players tonight, so I'll be referring to them by number only. Number 15 with the ball up top. West Rutland staying with their zone. Ball skipped to 3, get into 22 at the foul line, which has been a really nice play for the BBA Bulldogs tonight. Get it over to 15, down into the post. Big number 35 kicks it back out to 22. Skip pass over the top, gets all the way to 12 over in the corner, dribble drive, kicks it to the foul line. And then they reset back, number 3, dribble drive, kicks it back to 22 at the foul line. He takes a couple dribbles, kicks it back out to 15. Thinks about the 3, picks it up, dribbles it across, try to get it in the foul line to number 22. And Laughlin's able to pick it off, gets it to Jankowski, who skips it over to Maxim, gets Wright Chapman in the corner, takes a dribble, steps into a shot, but it's no good off the rim. Number 3 brings the ball up across timeline, a little token pressure by Maxim, then they drop back into their zone. Get the ball into the big guy down in the post, kicks it back out, nice pass, long 3, no good. Wright Chapman gets the ball off the rebound, he dribbles it up across the timeline, dribbles into the lane, kicks it to Jankowski down in the post for another finish. And just a whistle, something on the court. So West Rutland's going to employ a little bit of full court man pressure here, 36-12. Ball's thrown in, number 12 just dribbles up across the timeline. And West Rutland's just going to sag back into their zone. On the floor for West Rutland right now, Keaton Wright Chapman, Eric Maxim, Drake Jankowski, Kyle Laughlin, and Matt Hart. Ball's in Big 35's hands out by the 3-point arc, kicks it over to 3, who's the primary ball handler in this set. Skips it to number 12, fires it down in the post, kicks it back out to the foul line. The foul line jumper's no good off the rim. Bounce around, number 22 gets his own rebound, skips it out to 3. 3-12 in the short corner, kicks it back to 22 at the foul line, tries to force the pass in. Laughlin picks it off, dribbling up through, mishandles the dribble, pulls it back out, gets it to Maxim. Maxim dribbles into the foul line, kicks it out to Laughlin, sets his feet for the 3. No good off the back of the iron, comes down to BBA. Number 3 dribbles up across the timeline. Nobody stops the ball, he goes up with it. Matt Hart able to grab the rebound on the backside. Maxim pushing the ball. Nobody picks him up, goes all the way to the rim and finishes. Everybody Everybody had their eyes back, running backwards. Maxim decided to take it all the way to the rim. 15, nice step through move, up off the rim, no good. Jankowski grabs the rebound, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Maxim. Maxim brings the ball up. Might go end to end again. Dribbles through, steps through. might have taken a couple steps there, but it's able to finish at the rim. Twice in a row, nobody stopped the ball. Maxim just decided to dribble down the lane and finish at the rim. Number 12 with the ball outside the three-point arc. Zones work pretty well for West Rutland. BBA has not been able to hit too many outside shots, so they've been able to close down. And they've forced a lot of long passes over the top that have been mishandled. So the turnover, and the ball goes back to West Rutland. And entering the game for BBA number 30, and also into the game number 4. So heard the BBA coach yell out, "You're going to be a half-corn band set." Maxim comes off the screen, kicks it to Laughlin. Laughlin takes a dribble, gets it back to Maxim, gets it back to Wright Chapman, who steps through, gets his pocket picked by number 3. Number 3 dribble drive, and Wright Chapman pushes him. Not sure if it's on the floor or if it's on the shot attempt. So they called that foul on the floor before the shot went up. So that's the second on Wright Chapman. Ball's kicked into number 4. Goes up over Matt Hart. And on the fight battle for the rebound, looks like last touch by BBA. So West Rutland ball. 40-12 here. 4:25 to go in the quarter. Maxim dribble drive. I think he was looking to kick it to Laughlin. Laughlin lost his footing. Gets it back out to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman, a lot of steps there, a lot of contact. They're going to call the foul on number 4, but the foul was on the floor. No, it's a third foul on number 4. So Jankowski's going to put the ball into play. Skips the pass into Maxim. Maxim makes a nice juggling save in the corner. Saves it into Laughlin. Laughlin fires it into the post to Jankowski, and Jankowski earns his way to the line. So Jankowski is going to go to the line to shoot 2, 40-12. Second shot, or first shot is good. Some wholesale subs going in here. Tyler Sanderson, Brendan Forrest, Garrett Waite, leaving Drake Jankowski and Eric Maxim on the floor. Second one's no good. 15 pulls the ball down off the rim, dribbles the whole length of the floor, kicks it back out to 13, 13 over to 4. Dribble drives into the lane, gets surrounded. Brendan Forrest with some good defense. Ball gets batted around. Eric Maxim dribbles. Nice knee pass up to Brendan Forrest, up off the backboard, no good. Sanderson with another offensive board and finishes at the rim. Tyler Sanderson doing a great job on the board, great positioning, the offensive board. I want to say that's probably his 5th. He finally gets rewarded with a made basket after that nice offensive work. And 15 dribble drives, and Eric Maxim's going to get called on the hand check. So that's the second on Maxim. Second on the team for the quarter. Ball's going to be inbounded from the baseline by BBA, number 15. Looking to get the ball in play, throws it up over the top, and goes off the hands of number 35 out of bounds. So it's going to be the Golden Horde ball. It looked like they were going to throw some full court press, but they backed it off. So Maxim's going to bring it up across the timeline. 43-12, dribbles by the man, goes in, gives it off to Brendan Forrest in the corner, takes a dribble and finishes at the rim. 15 brings the ball up across, dribbles in, gets into the lane, trying to back Jankowski down. Good hands by Jankowski to knock it away. Ball out to number 13, skips it back to 4. 4 dribbles, almost falls down, is able to skip the ball back out to 15. Ball's fired down into the post to number 30. He goes up, rattles around, doesn't go home. Offensive board by number 4, and I'm Not sure who they're going to give that foul to. Brendan Forrest is going to pick up the foul on the push on number 4's putback attempt. So that's number 3 on Brendan Forrest. So number 4 at the line to shoot 2. Throws it in off the bank and it rattles home. Number 32 is going to come into the game for number 30 for BBA. So second attempt for number 4. 45-13 is the score. That one is no good, but he gets his own rebound. Fires it up, that comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Tyler Sanderson's able to grab the rebound, gets it to Jankowski, gets it to Maxim, dribbles by his man, gets all the way to the rim, fires it into Jankowski, and number 4 reaches in and ties it up. I think Maxim thought about going up and then realized that definite size advantage to Burr Burton on that side of the rim. The ball's thrown into Garrett Waite in the corner, gets it to Brendan Forrest, takes a couple dribbles, nice spin move, and goes up with his strong hand, which is the inside hand, and it's able to be blocked away by Burr Burton. Number 15, dribble drive all the way down and drives all the way to the basket. Garrett Waite is going to pick up the foul, trying to get the block. So Burr Burton's going to go back to the line. Burr Burton spent a lot of time at the line tonight. They haven't shot the ball consistently well from the foul line tonight, but they've earned their way there quite a bit. That first one is up. That one bounces off the rim and is no good. Second attempt coming for number 15. Second attempt is up, off the rim, no good. Tyler Sanderson grabs the rebound, gets it to Jankowski. Jankowski fires it over the top to Brendan Forrest. Runs the floor really well on that play and is able to finish with his left hand. Nice look by Jankowski over the top to find the streaking Forrest. Brendan Forrest trying to grab the rebound, and last touch by the Golden Horde, so it's going to be BBA ball, inbounding from the baseline. Number 15 fires the ball into a big post player, gets it back, dribbles all the way through the lane, goes up with the right hand, no good. Forrest is able to rip down the rebound, gets it to Maxim. Maxim's looking to push it. He's got Sanderson over the top if he can find him, and airmails it a little bit. Maxim saw Sanderson wide open. I think he got a little over anxious and airmailed that one. Tyler Sanderson was definitely at the top of his jump there and just barely got a fingertip. So 47-13, 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. Burr Burton, it's ball on the floor. Number 32, nice dribble drive move, step around the player and puts it up in. Maxim gets the ball from Jankowski, dribbles up across the timeline, dribbles into the lane, gets knocked away by number 13 from Burr Burton and out of play. So Jankowski inbounding the ball, gets it to Forrest in the corner. Forrest finds Jankowski, takes the dribble and is able to turn and spin. I think he was expecting more pressure, didn't need to take that dribble, but was able to finish at the rim even with the dribble and the spin move. 15, nice dribble drive, kicks it back out to 13. 32 with a nice up fake, gets it back over to 15. Back out to 35. 13, dribble drive, kicks it to 15, off his hands. Takes a couple dribbles, spins back towards the basket. Nice find in the center. Kicks it back out to 13. 13 high. That looked like it hit the back bar. No call on that. So we're under a minute to play, 39 seconds to be exact, with West Rutland with the ball, 49-15 lead. Setting up their play, get it to Forrest. Forrest, dribble drive, steps through and finishes with his left hand at the rim. So 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 51-15 lead for the Golden Horde. 32 with a long three-pointer, comes down to Jankowski. Jankowski gonna dribble the ball up through, fires it across to Forrest. Forrest gets fouled before he can go up for the shot attempt. So it's gonna be West Rutland ball on the baseline. Another nice find by Jankowski over the top. Forrest running the floor really well in this quarter. So 7.7 seconds to go. Get the ball into Forrest in the corner. Forrest turns on his man, gets it back into Jankowski in the post, and he's able to finish. And that's going to be the way the quarter finishes. So at the end of the third quarter, 53-15 for the Golden Horde in the lead against BBA. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back for fourth quarter action. So we're back for fourth quarter action. A lot of changes at the quarter for the Golden Horde. Now on the floor, Eric Maxim still going to be running the point. Keaton Wright Chapman, Riley Dow, Matt Hart, and Kyle Laughlin now on the floor. And they're going to stay in their zone. Burr Burton working the ball around the outside of the zone. They have some changes too. We've got 32, 3, 22, 12, and 23 on the floor. 23 with the ball, gets it into the foul line. And scramble around for the ball. Nice hustle by BBA, able to come up with it. Number 23 with a nice step-through move. The runner's no good. And Riley Dow rips down the rebound, gets it to Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim looking to get the ball to Wright Chapman and fires it off a BBA knee out of bounds. So it's West Rutland's ball on the sideline where the ball went out. Matt Hart's going to put it into play there for the Golden Horde. Gets into Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim setting up the play. Fires over to Wright Chapman, who gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin takes a couple dribbles, gets it back to Wright Chapman. Get it over to Eric Maxim. Eric Maxim going to dribble around, up over the top. Gets it back in, fires it to Wright Chapman. Gets it back to Laughlin, over to Hart. Maxim in the corner, surveying the scene, puts the ball in the deck. Gets it into Laughlin. Gets it to Dow. Dow, nice pass to Hart. Back to Laughlin. And that shot is up and no good from the short corner. Great ball movement by the Golden Horde. Ball's fired forward. Number 32 thought about a three. Pulls it back out. Number 3 tries firing the ball through. Eric Maxim picks it off. Gets the steal. A lot of contact there. I think he's looking for the foul. No call. Might be a score non-call. Number 22 gets the ball at the foul line, takes a couple dribbles, fires it to number 23 in the corner. 23, little floater over the top to number 12. Back to 32, dribble drives, steps through, and he gets the foul call. So that one's going on Matt Hart, and that's only his first. Team 5th in the second half, so there's still a couple away. Get a sub waiting in the wings for BBA. Just heard the coach say he's going in for the shooter, number 32. It's at the line, shooting 2. First attempt is no good. 53-15 at the line for the second. That one's off the rim, no good. Matt Hart grabs the rebound, has the ball smacked out of his hand, out of bounds, but they're going to give the ball back to BBA. So Burr Burton's ball, inbounding it. Number 23 with the ball, dribbling up above the timeline, skips a pass. Number 3 fires it down into the post. Riley Dow, great position there. Him and Kyle Laughlin both do a great job on defense. Somebody ripped it out of there. The ball rolls over to Eric Maxim. Maxim back to Laughlin. He's going to line up the 3, and that rattles in. Great defense there to set up that possession for West Rutland. Quick double team down in the post and rip the ball away. Working off screen, number 12 gets in, gets it to number 22 at the foul line. Dribbles out above the foul line, kicks it over to 3, back to 22 at the foul line, and he buries the jumper from the foul line. Eric Maxim throws the ball into Keaton Wright Chapman, gets it back. Eric Maxim dribbles up, gets the ball over to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman picks up his dribble, gets it back to Matt Hart. That's wide. Great position by Riley Dow. And gets called for travel. Great rebound by Riley Dow. Looked like he took a dribble and he thought about going up with it hard, and got called for a travel, must have shuffled his feet after the dribble. Number 12 with the ball, being worked by Wright Chapman. Skipped the ball into number 22 at the foul line. Ball into number 3, back into the post. Another quick double team. Matt Hart coming in to help it. Riley Dow just keeping that player out. Great defense by Riley Dow, forces a bad shot, it goes up over the rim. Keaton Wright Chapman on the quick outlet by Laughlin. Goes up with the left hand, no good. Matt Hart on the offensive board. And the shot doesn't fall for him. Great hustle there. Just unable to get it. Wright Chapman tries going for the steal. Deep 3 by number 12. Comes down to Laughlin. Laughlin fires the ball over the top to Wright Chapman. Steps under the rim and up in the basket and finishes. 4:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's 58-17. Ball's with number 3's hand outside the three-point arc. Hand off to number 23. Dribbling against Maxim. Fires the ball over the top. Laughlin able to step over, pick that off, goes up with his left hand and finishes. 60-17. A bunch of subs waiting at the table for the next horn to be blown. Number 12, with the dribble, little spin move, gets it to 23, kicks it to the corner to number 3. Number 3 with a couple dribbles, throws it back out to number 12, back to number 3. Number 3 kicks it back out to 12, a little two-man game. Fires up the 3, that's long, no good. And the rebound comes out, and my bad. Coach Dunches was calling for a timeout that entire possession, and I was waiting for the whistle to be blown. So Keaton Wright Chapman went up for the layup, missed it. Maxim got the ball, got stripped from his hand, and then they finally were able to get the timeout. Coach Dunches didn't want to talk to his players. He just had subs there for a while that he wanted to get into the game. So new players into the game for West Rutland. Tyler Sanderson is back in, Garrett Wade is back in, and you still have Matt Hart, Eric Maxim, and Riley Dow on the floor. Yeah, Garrett Wade stepped through, picked up his dribble, and while he was deciding where to pass, shuffled his feet. Horn blew for a player that was walking by the table, and he's just walking out of the gym. So number 15 is going to bring the ball up across the timeline. A little change in defense. Matt Hart's now playing up top in this zone with Sanderson, Dow, and Waite down on the bottom. Ball's knocked away. 15 with a spin dribble, kicks it back out to 12. 12 takes a runner from the corner, no good. Ball's batted away from Riley Dow from behind by number 35. Goes back, and number 15 is able to bury the 3. Employing some pressure now. Maxim takes the ball out of bounds, gets it to Hart. Hart goes all the way to the rim and gets blocked by number 15, and the ball falls out of bounds. It's going to be a West Rutland ball. 2:37 to go, 60-20 the score. Ball comes into Maxim. Maxim takes a couple dribbles, gets it back to Dow. He gets it back to Maxim. Maxim dribbles it up over the top, looking to set something up, gets it to Hart. Hart back to Maxim. Maxim dribble drives, tries to get it into Dow, and the ball gets slotted away by BBA, picked up by number 15. Do a bunch of dribbling. Big skip pass across number 12. Sets his feet for the 3 and buries it. So they're going full court press. Not a good idea to have your point guard taking the ball out in this situation, I don't think. Gets it into Matt Hart, brings it across the timeline, gets it to Dow. Dow turns, fires. Shot's no good. Rebound picked up by number 35. Burr Burton's hit their last 2 3-pointers, scores 6 consecutive points. Number 15 picks up his dribble, fires it back out to 3, skips it over the top to number 12. Number 12 back to 15. 15 skips it over to 3. Nice bounce pass over to number 12. Big skip pass over the top to 15. Another 3-point attempt from Burr Burton. That one is long. Ripped down by Matt Hart. Gets it to Maxim. Maxim fires it over the top to Sanderson again. And Eric's thinking that one's a little better than the last one. Still a little bit high. T-Bones, as they call him here in school, made a nice run down the floor, and Maxim trying to get him that quick layup. Big spin move by the big number 35. That's wide of the basket, but the rebound's secured by number 12. He skips it to number 15. 15 puts it on the deck. Maxim reaches in and strips the ball. Go on the far end. Goes up strong and finishes. (62-23). Under a minute to go here in West Rutland. Number 15 is going to launch the long three. Big guy gets the rebound down underneath. It was short of everything. Get it into four dribble drive, back to the back iron, no good. Swats the ball out of Sanderson's hands from behind, and Burr Burton gets the ball back. Number 15 takes some dribbles, steps through, fires it up. That's off from Dow's hands, picked up by Waite. And Maxim brings up across the timeline, gets it to Hart. Hart in the short corner. That one's no good. And the ball's thrown over top. Number 3, nice run out by him. Wisely decides to kick the ball back out. 15 seconds to go. Deep 3 by number 12. That's off the iron, no good. Battle for the ball, won by Burr Burton. Another 3-point attempt. That one's off the back iron, no good. Another rebound. Back to number 3, kicks it out to 15. This will be the last shot of the game. And goes off high off the bank. Goes in and rattles back out. So at the end of the JV game here in West Rutland Golden Horde wins by a score of 62-23 over Burr Burton Academy JV. We'll sign off, and we'll see you next broadcast with Black River and West Rutland varsity teams.